So guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll talk about a few skills to make your OpenClaw agent more powerful. As I mentioned in my previous video, skills enhance the abilities of your agent to do tasks and make your agent more useful to you. Now the skills shown in this video are skills that I actually use in my daily workflow to increase the efficiency of my agent. So yeah guys, let's get started. The very first one without a doubt would be query markup documents or QMD. This is the top skill that I would recommend since it reduced my costs a lot by cutting down token usage. Now memory in OpenClaw is stored as markdown files in SQLite database, and whenever the agent needs to reference a file or document, it reads through the entire file and it burns up your tokens in doing so. Say for instance, if your file has like 50,000 tokens, then every time the agent needs a particular line of information, it loads up the entire file, and this increases your cost drastically. This is where QMD comes in. This was actually made by Toby, who is the CEO of Shopify. QMD combines BM25 full text search, vector search, and then runs the results through a re-ranker to ensure that your agent reads only what's needed. So this reduces the token usage and reduces your costs by at least 70%. So yeah, this is my top recommendation. The next skill that I would recommend is the self-improving agent skill. This is one of the most downloaded skills ever in Claw Hub, and this actually improves your agent's expertise, guys. In simple terms, what it does is that it logs errors in case an operation fails, or it logs learnings. Say for instance, if the user corrects a response, the agent immediately logs it into a markdown file. It also categorizes these learnings into different tags like correction, knowledge gap, or best practices, etc. Now over time, the agent can process these into fixes, ensuring that it doesn't repeat the mistakes and thereby making your agent function more efficiently. So yeah, this is like one of my recommendations. This is one of the skills that I use on a daily basis. The third skill that I would recommend is this skill vetter. Now the skills are not always what they seem to be, guys. Some skills may have malicious content in them that might trick your agent into accessing files or running scripts on your machine that could steal data or credentials. So it's always wise to run a security audit on any skill that you might want to use before installing them. And it's also wise to ensure that the skill that is installed is the skill that you wanted in the first place. Now what this plugin does is that it does the vetting for you. It will run a security audit and it will give you a risk level assessment like low, medium, high or extreme. Obviously if it's extreme, you probably shouldn't install that skill. It might contain something that might harm your computer. So yeah, always ensure that you run a security audit before installing any skill to your agent and starting to use it. Now the next skill that I would recommend is this GOG. This is to connect your agent to your Google workspace, including your Gmail, calendar, sheets and all that. This however requires OAuth credentials to function, guys. Just copy this URL and give it to your agent, and it will give you step-by-step instructions on how to install this. This is highly useful, but I would suggest you follow the principles of least privilege. That is setting in restraints and then giving permissions to only what's needed by the agent to do a task, and set explicit rules for access to your mails and calendar. But yeah, this actually is really helpful, and if you want to like see this in action, see how I use this in action, kindly drop a comment below and I'll make a entire video on how to set this up and what it can do for you inside your workspace, OpenClaw workspace. So yeah, this is one of the skills that I use on a day-to-day basis. This actually is a skill by Peter, who is the founder of OpenClaw, in case you didn't know. Anyway, the next skill that I would recommend is this GitHub skill. This is an excellent skill for devs, especially if you're vibe coding. This is once again a skill by Peter. Once you install this, your agent will now do tasks for you like reviewing the status on a PR or something. This is helpful if you are like when you are using like a coding sub agent and then pushing code onto your GitHub repos automatically. I'll maybe show this in action in a subsequent video if you guys are interested. Actually, it's a lot more helpful than the reviewing PR submissions that I just mentioned. So yeah guys, these are the skills that I wanted to talk to you about in today's video. There are a couple more skills that I use, like humanizer, byte rover, and the hold on, last 30 days skill. These are skills that I use on a daily basis as well. Like I use like 6 to 7 skills on a day-to-day basis, guys. This one is particularly interesting. If you are using your agent to write articles or content, this skill would make your content sound more human by going through. This is based on this Wikipedia article, guys. What this does is it would run your article and then identify these 24 patterns. These are the patterns like that show that this particular piece of content is written by AI. So what it does is that it identifies this and then rewrites it while preserving the theme or meaning of the entire article. So yeah, this is pretty much useful if you are writing content using your agents. And then this byte rover is like a knowledge management tool for AI agents. And last 30 days, obviously, if you want, it's really helpful if you want to search for a topic from the past 30 days across different sites. This particular skill I have showed how to set up in my OpenClaw installation and setup video. Anyway, comment which ones you use, and if you found this video helpful, kindly share it with someone and help them too. If you like my content and like what I'm doing on this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.